stream now and check if it's on YouTube right now, live streaming. And let's see. Yes, we are on. Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to EVO Minecraft MOOC. This is the English lesson plan competition, and this is sponsored by National Taipei University of Education Bilingual Education Center, and this is actually sponsored by Ministry of Education, the BEST program. The BEST program, one of the goals of the BEST program is to promote EMI, English as Medium of Instruction, and to enhance our pre-service teachers and college students' English proficiency. So we're sponsoring this English lesson plan competition to prepare our pre-service teachers to teach English to kids using Minecraft education. Okay, so for EVO Minecraft MOOC, when our moderator joining me today is Dakota Redstone. Dak.
Greetings. It takes me a moment to find the mic mute button.
Yeah. Dak, would you like to introduce yourself?
Dakota Redstone is not my real name. That's my avatar name. My actual name is Phil Ogden. For decades, I was an instructional developer at Mansfield University. And I always gave my official job title and description as I play with toys and show other people how to play with toys. So it was a pretty good job, but basically just supporting faculty use of technology.
Yes. Thank you, Dak. Dak is our Minecraft expert and builder and facilitator for our EVO Minecraft MOOC, and we appreciate his help. Today, also joining us is Miss Ann Liu. She is our judge for the lesson plan contest today. Miss Ann is an English teacher from National Taipei University of Education Experimental Elementary School.
Yay!
Yay! She's also on the supervising committee for English teachers in Taipei City, and she has won the Best Teacher Award offered by Taipei City Government, and also Super Teacher by Teachers Association. Let's welcome her.
Thank you, everybody.
All right. Okay, so moving along, our first lesson
Jane,
plan.
Dr. Jane.
Yes.
Could you please have a group photo together?
Oh yes, please. So can we all turn on our camera? So GT, perhaps if it's okay if you can turn on two cameras, because since you have another account.
Okay. It's too bright. Okay.
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 Oh, okay, good.
Okay. Okay, 3, 2, 1, cheese. Okay, one more. Okay, 3, 2, 1, cheese.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you.
All right, Vita is our program assistant, and Vita will be announcing, on timekeeping today's schedule. So Vita.
Okay, so for the first group, we switch to Guanting. Guanting will be the first group, and then Yuning's group.
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay, so let's start with Guanting. Let's have a big applause. Yay!
Okay, so can everyone hear my voice?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Okay, can everyone see my screen sharing?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, very good. All right, so good morning and good evening, everyone. My name is Ling Guanting, and my teammates are Yang Sian and Zhen Fukai. We are all from NTUE. And on behalf of my team, I would like to say thank you to the EVO Minecraft MOOC 2023 for hosting the Minecraft trainings in the winter vacation. We got inspired a lot, and what we have learned from the trainings indeed pave a good foundation for our lesson planning. Thank you, Dr. Jan, Mr. Dakota, and all the organizers and participants. Now I'm going to share our lesson plan project with you. Our lesson is titled, We Are Ecological Players, Learning English in the Minecraft-based task of beach cleanup and wildlife crossing construction. This is the agenda for our presentation. We will walk through the rationale for design, the target audience, the design basis, the learning objectives, the teaching procedures, and in the last section, we will invite you to the Minecraft world and host a demo setting tour. Now, let's hit the play button. The rationale of our design. As we all know that the vision of education for the new generation, as the MOE curriculum guideline delineates, is to cultivate lifelong learners who are able to take the initiative on learning, to interact with people, and to seek the common good for the global society. Based on this vision, our design aims to merge the SDGs into our English teaching and use Minecraft education as the learning platform. Our goal is to boost students' language learning motivation, communication skills, and ecological awareness. To help students cultivate ecological awareness in this 4-period instructional design, we arranged 2 topics. One is the SDGs Life Below Water, which is scheduled for 2 periods of learning. The other topic is the SDGs Life on Land, which is scheduled for the following 2 periods. In the water topic, we point out the problem of ocean pollution and introduce the action of beach cleanup as the solution. In the land topic, we point out the problem of wildlife roadkill and introduce the action of building wildlife corridor or wildlife crossing as the solution. In terms of language learning, the water topic focuses on the comprehension of ocean pollution vocabulary, such as plastic product and fishing net. The land topic focuses on the use of preposition of space, such as in, on, under, and next to. We will talk more about it later. The target audience of our lesson are grade 3 to 4 students and grade 5 to 6 students in Taiwan, respectively referring to the 2nd and the 3rd learning stages from the MOE perspective. The students are the participants enrolled in the MOE plus NTUE e-tutor program, and the student number for each class is 4 to 5 people. Our design is based on the MOE core competencies. No matter from the general guidelines or the domain of English guidelines, we focus on A2, the problem-solving skills, B1, the basic communicative skills such as English listening and speaking, and C2, the skills of cooperation and teamwork. In terms of MOE learning focus, we list out the learning performance and learning content of our lesson here. And as you can see, what I highlight in yellow, the overlapping focuses of the 2nd stage, grade 3 to 4, and the 3rd stage, which is grade 5 to 6, are about the comprehension of words and sentences learned in class and the achievement of expression and of communication. Our design integrates both the MOE issue of environmental education and the United Nations SDG goal number 14 and number 15. For the SDGs, our design specifically echoes the target 14.1, which is to reduce marine pollution, in particular from land-based activities, and the target 15.4, which is to ensure the conservation of mountain ecosystems and their biodiversity. By taking this lesson, our students will be able to learn the vocabulary regarding the topic of ocean pollution, use the words and sentence patterns learned in class to have simple conversation, to cultivate ocean protection awareness, cooperate with others to achieve the same goal, learn the vocabulary regarding the topic of wildlife protection, cultivate wildlife protection awareness, and to recognize the endangered species in Taiwan. Now let's look at the teaching procedure. All right, can everyone see my lesson plan?
Yes.
All right, great. So as we mentioned earlier, this is a 4-period lesson with 2 topics. The first 2 for the SDGs Life Below Water and the following 2 for the SDGs Life on Land. I will go period by period. The SDGs Life Below Water, the first period, the goal is to raise the ocean protection awareness. In the 5-minute motivation section, after greeting with students in the Microsoft Teams, the teacher will tell a story about the environmental crisis in Taiwan by showing the picture of a dirty beach full of human-made trash such as litters, plastic products, and so on, and the pictures of marine animals tangled with human-made trash such as fishing net. The teacher will ask questions to guide students to observe the pictures and think about the reason behind the scene. For example, what do you see in this picture? How does the animal feel unhappy? How to help the animal? We will use AHA Slide, which is an interactive platform, so the teacher can check students' responses to the questions right away. Then, in the 30-minute development activity section, there will be 2 activities. Activity number 1 is the introduction of topic-related vocabulary and sentence patterns, which will be 20 minutes. Activity number 2 is the pre-task in Minecraft, which will be 10 minutes. In activity number 1, the teacher will introduce the keywords of ocean pollution by reading the articles shown here. The keywords of this lesson contains 4 categories: non-verb, adjective, and sentence patterns. All the words are task-oriented. That is to say, students will and need to use them in the following tasks in Minecraft. For the non-part, students will learn the words like ocean pollution, plastic products, fishing net, and trash. For the verb part, students will learn throw, pick up, and caution and recycle for G5 and 6 students. For the adjective part, students will learn dirty and clean, and recycle for G5 and 6 students. For the sentence patterns, students will learn I found something on the beach, I pick up something from the beach, I throw something into the bin, and for the advanced level students, they should go like, does something cause the ocean pollution, or is something recyclable? The teacher can use the following pictures to practice the keyword with the students. Then in the activity number 2, the teacher will explain how to operate the actions, such as how to walk, how to pick up items, and how to check the inventory in Minecraft. Then students will log into Minecraft Education and join Beach Section A, which is a confined area where the beach environment has been set up by the teacher. In the pre-task, each student will be assigned with a task. For example, he or she needs to pick up 3 red blocks, 1 black block, and throw them into the corresponding boxes. When students are practicing the operation in the area, the teacher will walk around and monitor the students. Then the 5-minute concluding for this period is Q&A and feedback. The SDGs Life Below Water, the second period. The goal is to use the words and sentence patterns learned in class to have simple conversation regarding the topic. The class will meet up in the Minecraft world, and in the 5-minute motivation section, the teacher will explain the task of beach cleanup. Students will be divided into 2 teams, 2 to 3 people for each, and each team will have a breakout Microsoft Team room. Each team needs to collect the trash on the beach. Each team needs to put the collection into the corresponding boxes. And the total collecting time is 15 minutes. When time is up, each team needs to stop collecting and use 5 minutes to prepare a cleanup reflection or a presentation using the keywords learned in class. Then, in the first 15-minute development activity section, students will collect the trash on the larger beach setting with more items scattered. There will be NPCs in world to guide the students, and there will be recycled trash bins and bulletin board with instructions. When we are creating the settings, we notice that certain items, for example, strings, cannot stay on the spot for more than 5 minutes. After that, they will be gone. So we decided to use cubes like different colored cubes to represent the vocabulary items. So for example, yellow cube represent a fishing net, white cubes represent paper and letter, for example. When the 15-minute collecting time is up, students need to stop collecting trash and start practicing oral presentation for 5 minutes. They can discuss and practice here in the resting area. Below in this lesson plan, you can see the template for the oral sharing. The template can be built as NPC in World as well. And the sentence patterns are all from the learning in the first period. The basic level should go like I found, I picked, I threw something. The advanced level could go like something caused the ocean pollution. I threw something into the recycle bin because it is recyclable. There are some extra sentences like I feel sad or happy when I see the beach is dirty or clean. Then in the last 15-minute concluding, students share their findings and practice applying the words learned in class to their sharing. That's this 2-period class of the SDGs Live Below Water. Now let's move on to the SDGs Live on Land, the 3rd period in this unit. The goal is to raise the wildlife protection awareness. The motivation section will be longer, 10 minutes. The teacher will introduce another environmental crisis in Taiwan, the endangered species leopard cats, in Chinese, 石虎. Leopard cats are small wild cats in the East Asia. They are about the size of a domestic cat and have tiger-like stripes and dots on the skin. In Taiwan, they can be seen in the mountains in Miaoli County, the central part of the island. And due to the decrease of habitats and roadkill, leopard cats are endangered animals. The teacher then will show a picture in which a leopard cat is killed by cars in the middle of a freeway. The teacher will ask questions to help students to observe the picture and think about the reason behind the scenes. For example, what do you see in this picture? Where's the place? How do you know this is a road? As the teacher introduces one of the reasons why leopard cat become endangered species, which is because human-made constructions built in their habitats, the teacher should bring the key question to the students. That is, how do we save the leopard cats from being killed by cars? The teacher then will play a video clip about wildlife crossing in Taiwan and introduces how people try to protect leopard cats. Next, there will be 2 activities in the 25-minute development activity section. Activity number 1 for key vocab and sentence learning, which will be 15 minutes. And the activity number 2 for pre-test in micro, which will be 10 minutes. As you can see in this chart, the keywords and the topic contains 5 categories: non-verb, preposition, adjective, and sentence pattern. For the non part, students will learn wildlife crossing, leopard cats, roadkill, and habitats for the G5 and 6. For the verb part, students will learn build, save, and design or construct for G5 and 6. For the preposition of space, G3 and 4 students will focus on in, on, under, the basic 3, plus next to and above. G5 and 6 students will review the basic 3 and learn new words like in front of, behind, and between. For the adjective part, students will learn endangered and wild. For the sentence pattern, students will practice the preposition of space in describing the direction of their wildlife crossing. For example, I built a wildlife crossing under the freeway, or the wildlife crossing is next to the tree. The advanced level students should go like, I saved the leopard cat from roadkill or in their habitats. The teacher can use the Steve pictures here to practice the preposition of space with students. In activity number 2, 10 minutes, the teacher will explain how to choose and build blocks in Minecraft. Then students will log into Minecraft Education and enter freeway area, which is an open space where the freeway environment has been set up by the teacher. In this area, leopard cats are arranged. For practice, each student will be assigned with a task. For example, he or she needs to build a 4x8 construction by the river or a 5x5 construction above the freeway. The last 5 minutes for concluding this period will be Q&A and feedback. The SDGs Live on Land is the fourth period in this unit. The goal is to use the word and sentence patterns learned in class. The class will meet up in Minecraft freeway area directly. In the 5-minute motivation section, the teacher will explain the task of building wildlife crossing. Students will be divided into 2 teams. Each will have a breakout Microsoft team room. Each team needs to build a wildlife crossing near the freeway. The total building time is 20 minutes. When time is up, each team needs to stop building and use 5 minutes to prepare a construction reflection oral presentation. Then in the first 20 minutes of the development activity section, students will build their wildlife crossing. This is the freeway demo setting. And this is the leopard cats in Microsoft, so adorable. And this is the wildlife crossing sample. Later, we will have an in-world tour. And when the building time is up, students need to stop building and start preparing their oral presentation. Here's the template for the presentation. It could be built as NPC in Microsoft as well. The basic sentence will be like, I built a wildlife crossing under the road. The wildlife crossing is next to the tree. The advanced level students should go like, I feel sad when I see the dead leopard cats, so I designed a wildlife crossing above the freeway. I saved the leopard cats from roadkill. The last 10 minutes will be presentation time, and students can showcase their constructions. So that's the 2-period class of the SDGs Live on Land leopard cats. So now let's have a tour in Minecraft to see the demo setting. I'm going to pass the baton to Fukai, and he will share the screen, share with you the join world code, and tour you around in world.
Can't wait. Kai, share the join world code with us.
Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and this is our join code is Carrot, Potions, Alex, and Apple.
Mm-hmm. Joining now.
Yes. Okay, teacher has come in. Okay, and if you can't come in, then you can just see my screens to see about our things, about teaching.
Yay, Dak is here too.
Okay, and here is our can the members join slide me? Slide where I am right now.
Okay. Yes, let's see. Okay. Yeah. Walking over.
Okay. And this is our beach clean up scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And we can see about the cube scattered on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And here is a place for teachers to introduce or remind about what cubes it is. And here is a blackboard that we have to write about what things refers in the Minecraft. And here is the cubes for demonstrations. And students can discuss about the strategy they are going to use in their beach cleaning up. And here is the NPC for students to remind about the green bin, and the green bin is a recyclable bin, and the red bin is a trash bin, for them to put the collections into the boxes. Yes, and this is the red one, and green one. Also, there is some remind for them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this is about our beach clean up things. Uh, hmm, can why I didn't see
I don't know
others
why, but yeah, I don't know if you
and
TP.
CPU.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Hmm, Too many targets to match selections. Okay. And there is our leopard cats crossing
Okay.
structures things in here, and we can see about the freeway over here, and we have made some cars, but it can't move, but it just makes students to know that it is dangerous on the freeway for leopard cat. And there is the leopard cat we have feed in here. Yes, and we have made an demonstrations leopard cat that is, and here is in the in here, and we can know about that in Minecraft
Mm-hmm.
they will have white cat and the house cat, and we have to feed them about raw salmon so they can become a house cat. So the students, so the leopard cat, the cat will follow the characters. So that's demonstrated for, we can, if they are become, after they feeding the raw salmon they will become house cat, and house cat you can control them for following or sitting, and right now they are in the sitting mode. So if we want the cat to pass our the to pass the wildlife corridors we made, we can ask them to turn into the follow mode, and we have to click them on, we have to click them on the right buttons so they will follow the characters or the students, and then we go past the wildlife corridors, and then they will follow us
So
to
cute.
come to another side, and for their food, yeah, we have feed some chickens here either. Yes. So that they can know that the leopard cat will have to fight for their food, so they have to pass through the wildlife corridors. Yes. And students can find any place to build their groups, wildlife corridors, and come here to the other side. And it is all about our teachings, teaching things. Yeah, thank you everyone for
Thank,
your listening.
thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now let's move on to the next group from Yuning's group. Yay, give her a big
Yay.
hand.
Okay, Uni, would you like to introduce yourself first and your team?
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Xu Yuning, and my team members are Uta, Lin Qianyu, and Zoe, Chen Yun'an. And we are going to introduce our lesson plan by seeing this Word file, and then we will go into our presentations, and we will briefly show everyone our lessons, how it works, and at the end of the presentation, after presentation, we will let everyone to get into Minecraft world to explore it. Okay, So let's invite Qianyu to introduce our lesson plan to everyone first. And I will put links on the chat box so everyone can see more detail in it.
Okay, hello everyone. Hello everyone, I'm Yuta, and I'll briefly introduce our main goals of our sessions. So first, we would like students to understand the concept of green building and the words related to green building and sustainable development. Then second, we want students to know more famous examples of green buildings in Taiwan, like Beito Library and Taipei 101. So we will invite our students to enter Minecraft to get more familiar with the basic operation and more to use the concept to build their own green building. So let's see our slides. Okay, so first, we will come to the class and then we will invite students to enter Minecraft.
Would you like to put it on full screen? Your slides? Yes.
Okay. Okay, so we will invite students to enter Minecraft. And before entering, we would like students to think of the question, the next page. So, what is the difference between house 1 and house 2? The Yes, this page. So what is the difference between house 1 and house 2? So it's clearly house 1 is the green building and house 2 will be the original concrete building. We would uh, invite students to visit the two different buildings and see what's the differences. And then after observation, we will open the Jamboard and ask students to type down what they just saw in Minecraft, and we'll ask students what colors did they see. They might answer it's white or green or wood brown, something like that. And we will still ask students which one do they prefer to live in, and this one is more open. And then here comes the very important question about the session. We will ask students which one do you think is more eco-friendly, house 1 and or house 2. So this will be the main question of the whole session. And then there will be some differences between the two buildings, like ventilation or bathroom, light environment, or the building materials. And we will explain these differences while they are visiting the two buildings. We'll do a brief introduction, and there will be some um, like this. They will tell students, oh, this is daylight lamp or any other materials between the two different buildings. And bathroom environment, and also, yes, building materials. And we will introduce the students while they were in Minecraft, so we just skip here. Okay, so um, we will tell students about green building, and then there we will tell students there are four aspects of green building. They are separately health, ecology, waste reduction, and energy saving. There are EEWH, very important concept of green building in Taiwan. And then we will invite students to read this green building article. And then we will introduce some vocabulary they might use in the rest of the sessions, like rainwater collection system. And this one is also what we built in Minecraft. Yes, and also reduce, reuse, recycle 3R, and solar energy light and energy saving. And then we will also introduce our green building logo in Taiwan, and that will be the end of the first class.
Okay, then is the second section of the lessons. First, we will help students to review the vocabulary we have learned, the 7 vocabulary showed on the slide, and the 4 4 key points of a green building: ecology, energy saving, water reduction, and health. So after the reviewing, we are going to ask students, do you know any examples of green building in reality in Taiwan or in their lives? So the examples we gave them are Taipei 101 on the pictures, and the next page, the Taipei Public Beito Library. So we are going to introduce Beito Library in the 4 aspects, the EEWH aspect. So the ecology, they plant many green trees around the library, and for the energy saving, the windows were open, and the big windows can let the sunlight get in and reduce the lights indoors. Lights used indoors. And the third one is water reduction. They can the pictures device can collect rainwater for the use in the library. And the last one is health. So shown on the picture is big windows is yes. And the next page, please. After introducing the Beito Library, we invite students to create their own eco-friendly green building. So for the first part, we invite students to create a draft on Germ board, and then in the third and fourth section using Minecraft. So after making draft, we will ask students to share their draft, and we gave students 4 sentence patterns. Here are 2, and the third and fourth in the next page. This is the end of the second lessons.
Okay, so after the second sessions, before we start our third session, we will have a quick review for students, like vocabularies and sentence patterns. And after that, we will let students to have a quick think what can we do to make our house eco-friendly. So this is related to the next mission of the lesson, which is build a mini green building in Minecraft world. So we will have them to review the main concept, EEWH, of this lesson. And then before we get into Minecraft, we will let students to know that today's goal is to build a mini green building. And also let them know some of the house features by exploring Minecraft world. And when we pass by these features, there are billboards or blackboards beside it, so students can know that some main points about these features. And also we will use these features to let students to review the key points of the green building, EWH. And after that, we will introduce to students the building material of the green building, because we live in Taiwan, so one of the main points of the green building is we need to use local building materials, so it is more eco-friendly. And we use acacia wood and spruce wood and cobblestone, and these 4 leaves, flowering azalea leaves, acacia leaves, and spruce leaves in Minecraft world, because we can all find these materials in Taiwan. So it is can let students to know that what kind of materials do they need to use in Minecraft world, and why do they need to use. And after all the work's done, students will share their works with each other in Minecraft world and use these 4 sentence patterns, which is learned in second session. And after all the sessions done, we will help students to have a quick review about the knowledge about green building, and also let them to recall some memories in Minecraft world, such as interesting instance or some feelings about building green building. And so that's the end of the sessions. And now I'm going to share the links of our Minecraft world. And wait a second. And Uta will take everyone to explore the house 1 and house 2.
Okay. Are you sharing the code? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Potion,
Pickaxe, agent, and balloon.
Okay.
So I will wait for 1 second. So if you have the account of Minecraft Education Edition, you can enter it.
Yay, I'm in. Oh, I can finally see you, Dak. And GT, Chihuahua, Labrador, Poodle, Kai. Okay. So Lynn, where are you? Are you going to TP us? Oh, we're just by the 2 houses.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Over here.
So let's start. Okay.
Okay, so this will be in the first session, and we will invite students to visit our house. So this is the first building. So that's just get into the house. Okay, open the door. Ooh. And once you get inside, you can see another places to get into, and here will be the
Shower.
bathroom. Yeah, shower and this is the toilet, the gray stuff. This is the toilet,
Oh,
and here is the
the sink.
Water
yes,
sink.
sink.
Yeah.
And we'll use rainwater for the
Oh,
sink. Yes,
nice. Uh-huh.
yes. Okay, and here, once you get out of the bathroom, you can see some plants on the door, in the floor. Yep. And now we can go to the second floor.
Find more about solar energy upstairs.
Yes, and this one will be daylight sensor. This one. So we need to use daylight so that we can uh, reduce the use of um, more
Electricity.
energy.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. And yes. So I think everyone can just go around, and you can see there are lots of glasses in this house. We use glasses as windows to um, have more sunlight.
Glasses for windows to have more sunlight.
Yeah. Yes.
Daylight sensor can be seen. Solar
Yes.
panels. Oh,
Okay.
wonderful.
Okay.
Local leaves.
Yep. And then we can go to the building next to the green building.
Okay.
Other one, the white one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And this is the original concrete building. And you can see the whole building is white.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. To just get into the building, and you will see many daylight lamp in the house. And then the
Air conditioner.
yes, the big air conditioner. And it will consume a lot of energy while you are using the air conditioner. And also we have the uh top,
Oh, bathtub.
yeah, bathtub, and it would consume lots of water as well.
Uh-huh.
And then you might go to the second floor, and you'll see there's another air conditioner here, and more daylight lamp. Yes. So we will invite students to visit the two different buildings, and they will tell us what's the differences between the two different buildings.
Mm-hmm.
So, like lots of daylights lamps
Mm-hmm.
equals more e- electricity needs.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Nice.
Okay, so and then you might just uh fly upper and see the
Ceiling.
ceiling. Yes, ceiling.
Roof.
Yeah, the roof bit um of the two building. The green building, you can see some plants
Oh,
on its.
there's a bee. No, just kidding.
Yeah, there's the bee
Nest.
nest.
Roof farm. Yay.
Yeah, and you can see more far away. There are two L-shaped
Uh-huh.
woods, and the there will be what we would like students to build their green building,
Mm-hmm.
and we want that to build them here.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So
Wonderful.
student will use will build here at the finish the rest of the mini green building, and while they are exploring outside or inside the house one and house two, they can see some words on blackboards and or billboards, and they can learn something about such as the concept of green building. And that's entered the mini green building at the back of the two houses, two big houses.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
So
so this
cute.
is the complete version of the green building, because today's time we can't actually do a green make a green mini green building, so we'll just take everyone to explore around.
Uh-huh.
So from outside you can see that there's a lot of green plants, which is important in EEWH evolution system. And also you can see that a blackboard outside of the house says that the mini green building is mainly made of what kind of building materials, and all of the materials is you can find them in Taiwan. And we use trapdoors as the openable windows of the house. And also from this corner, you can see that it is a rainwater collection system.
Oh,
and in
wonderful.
order to collect water, so we make a lean roof. A lean roof can let the rainwater to flow down of the roof.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Right here.
And then windows for sunlight, because we have a lot of windows in this house, so we don't actually need a lot of lights. Yeah. And there we also plant some flowers, put some leaves to make our house more pretty. And also we have the roof garden, so students can choose whatever they want to plant on the roof. And also you can see that the daylight sensor is the solar panels, so we use solar energy lights in this building. And you can also get into the house, and you can see that we make a little billboard here says that water use shower is less than bath use. So we can tell students that take a shower is more better than take a bath. And also tell them that there's some details in the building. And after exploring all the house feature and also review the main points of green building like EWH, we will let students to fly to these hills and work in teams and build the mini green building together. And the decoration and all the green stuffs they can discuss by themselves and use their own creativity. And if they have time, they can build some basements or extend the house space. Okay, so that's all of our sharing. Thanks, everyone.
Yay!
Thank
Wonderful.
you. Okay, now let's move on the last group from 中文. Hi.
Hi.
Hi,
Can
Xavier.
everyone hear my sound?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm Xavier Wu, a freshman from the Department of Special Education, National Taipei University of Education. Here is my lesson plan.
Xavier, is it okay if you turn on your camera?
Camera, okay, but I look a little dirty now because I don't comb my hair. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay, this is my slides. Here is my lesson plan of this competition about Minecraft with sustainable development goals. In my opinion, SDGs lessons must be taught more interestingly because I think it's more boring or it's more difficult than the normal lessons because it's the knowledge and the lesson is more difficult. So also SDGs lessons can attract the students easily because we need to the issues may be far away from the student like zero hunger or cherish or make every country peaceful. I think it is far away from the kids nowadays. So I want to motivate the student to focus on the questions we need to face immediately. This competition give me a chance to achieve my goal. I want to teach students in interesting ways, such as games or activities. So I prepare Kahoot. Uh, uh, and I want to make my student experience what they learn and what they own. Now I will introduce my lesson plan for this competition. I want to separate this lesson plan into three parts to make the introduce more easily. First of all, I want to design some lesson about life education. So I want to design some lessons about life education. So I mentioned some resource collecting by like growing wheat or taking care with animals. Where is my animals? Taking care with my animals. With animal at the lesson 3 and 4. So this is cherish what you eat may connect with the 14th life below water and life on land in SDGs goal. Don't waste food is a way to protect the ecosystem. I think don't waste the food is a way to protect the ecosystem. According to the data from the Environmental Protection Administration Executive Yuan, every people in Taiwan have 56 grams of food waste for average in the year before last year. In other words, every people in Taiwan have 20 kilograms food waste a year. If we cherish food more, we can donate our extra food to those in need and achieve the second goals of SDGs, as known as zero hunger. Although the hunger around the world can be solved only by Taiwan and can be solved so easily, I think we can do something for this issue and play an important role on the international arena. Secondly, as I mentioned before, I started to introduce this lesson plan. It is hard to attract the attention of student because the issues may be far away from them. To provide this situation happen, I design some Kahoot. I design 4 Kahoot. In other words, every lesson have Kahoot at least one time, and maybe I will design more. So by playing interactive games, they can review the knowledge, try to compete with their classmates, and have good time learning the boring knowledge related to other subjects. Like the knowledge I mentioned is less in this lesson. In lesson 3, I have oh no, sorry, lesson 2. I have mentioned the nutrition. Nu uh I have so this nutrition knowledge I mentioned in this lesson plan related to the biology in the 7th grade and related to the society. The lesson 3 I mentioned some issues, environment issues, and these environment issues may connect related to society education in the 5th or 6th grade. I chose biology because I want to make students to realize some basic knowledge of food and nutrition, and I chose society education to make students think, not just memorize what you learn. I want to make students think and discuss what they experience or what they learned. Last but not least, I designed some missions to make student breakthrough. Let's find some mission or like this. I designed some missions to make students breakthrough by challenging. The students may be encouraged by in lessons. I designed 8 missions in total. And some mission, students must discuss with teacher or their classmates to exchange their experience or ideas. To be honest, in this generation, more and more people refuse or hate to communicate or get along with other people in real. However, the social skills not only the social skill not only the student with disability need to learn. I think the social skills are still important nowadays. This is the reason I want to make students discuss with others or say what they experience or share what happened they experience. Oh, I feel very nervous.
Don't be. Relax.
So let's try a Kahoot. Can we?
Yeah, of course.
Uh, which do you want to try?
Uh, any, just pick one.
Pick one. Oh, I want to pick
Get-
2. Okay. So,
Okay, we'll join you. Let's see, where's my Kahoot?
I tried to setting the language into language, but I failed.
Okay, let's see. All right. www.kahoot.it. Let me. www.kahoot.it, and then. Four 7 5 3 7. Okay. 4 7 5 3 7. Enter. Nickname Jane. Okay.
Okay. Can we start?
Hold on.
Hold on. Okay.
Is it only me? Oh, no. Okay, good. All right. That's everyone. Okay.
Okay. I will begin in the game.
Okay, hold on.
Okay. Let's start. This
I'm
is
not
the
sure.
the second challenge.
The second challenge. Okay.
When we need to drink some water.
When do we need to drink some water?
Yes, I have some grammar mistake because I only
That's
do for 10
that-
days.
Okay, that's okay. We'll correct that later.
Wow. Which food doesn't have a lot of vitamin or mineral?
Mineral.
The first is steak, carrots, pumpkins, apples.
Oh, I don't know.
I would guess apples.
I guess steak.
Yes. In this question is about some student is a pick eater, so they will just pick what they want to eat. They hate to eat. They won't eat. So I want to make I want to make student eat healthier. So I design this Kahoot.
Okay.
Okay. Which food has the least protein?
The least.
Milk, bean, taro, fish.
So, do you teach these concepts beforehand before you get them?
Yes, I will teach. I will teach before I let the students challenge this Kahoot.
Mm-hmm.
We found at the university level, it was very useful to give the quiz once first before you've presented the material.
Oh,
Because
okay.
many times they may have preconceptions where they think they know the answer, but their answer they know is wrong.
Oh, okay.
What happened?
What do you mean? What happened?
Which French cuisine has most carbohydrate? Sweet bread, hitable, duck liver, foie gras, bread, baguettes, cheese, fromage. This is this it has trap.
Oh, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, trap. I only can say that. Sweet bread is a kind of organ of the little cow, and it's not bread. It's not bread. So some people may be mistake. I just want to mention that.
Okay, this might be a little difficult for the kids.
Yes. And which statement about fat is false? The fat can protect organs. The fat can smooth skin. The fats from nuts and avocados are better fat, nature, and healthy. 1 gram of fat can provide 7,000 calories, equals 7 kcal. Yes, it's basic biology. and every challenge or every Kahoot, the last will be the most difficult, and it's a kind of challenge, and I will teach them after they answer the question. And also we have double points. Which has the highest calories? First is 4 grams carbohydrate, 4 gram protein, 9 gram fat, 400 gram water. Second, 4 gram carbohydrate, 9 gram protein, 4 gram fat, 400 gram water. 9 gram carbohydrate, 4 gram protein, 4 gram fat, 400 gram water. 4 gram carbohydrate, 4 gram protein, 4 gram fat, 900 gram water. Which has the highest calories?
I'm going for higher, like more fat.
This is I will teach I will say the correct. Yes, more fat is have highest calories, because I will mention like fat will provide 1 gram of fat will provide 9,000 calories, equals 9 kcal, and I will introduce every nutrition and which nutrition in what food will richer. I will introduce that.
Mm-hmm. How do you teach this in Minecraft though?
I don't teach. Yes, I will teach in Minecraft, but I won't focus on Minecraft, because the Minecraft the mission I will give them to experience in Minecraft, but I don't want to make everyone has the same learning way.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to everyone to create a world and try to like mission 4. I will make everyone just create a word and try to find another different biome and find another creature which doesn't live in your biome. So I want to make this answer open. So I will not to I yes I sure I'm not I don't prepare I didn't prepare the micro education application, so I can't let you experience my cry.
No problem.
This is my fault. But in my lessons, I focus more on what they experience or what they will what they experienced or what they will experience. I want to make this lesson like the life, because this SDGs may be too far from these kids. Like we just want to teach for which we just want to teach design for the beginner of English. So I think these issues are too far away from them. So I try to make this lesson more interesting or make more attractive of the kids, and try to make them or make myself don't be so awkward like now. Yes, this is my introduction.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now let's move on to the next section. Let's welcome teacher Anne to have some comments with these three groups.
Okay. Okay. I'm very honored to be here today, and I saw your very creative designs and experience your Minecraft world. And I think your students are gonna love what you're doing, and they will be creative in their own ways in this fantastic world. And first of all, I have some questions for you. Do you know why you need to design 4 lessons? Why 4?
Well, we actually asked them to design 4 lessons.
Yes.
Yes.
4 lessons to convey one important notion, right? So I think the most important thing that you need to make every lesson coherent. And that's one very important thing for me today, because think about it, your target audiences, they are children. Everything you try to deliver to them need to be comprehensive. So how do you make your lesson comprehensive? So you incorporate Kahoot games, your interactive media, whatever that would be, and you try to have them do some feedback, which is wonderful. So you make every lesson connect with each other. And at the end, your objective should achieved by the production of your own students, not from your own production only. So that's the goal. Okay, that's the total picture I'm getting here. So I'm going into each individual's presentation. And the first group that presented today is Guanting's group. And Guanting has very good, you are very eloquent, okay? You produce very clear routines for your lesson. And I like the way you present your lesson plans. You go very smoothly by introducing each lesson. So actually, I took notes. So when I was listening to your lesson plan, I got a very clear picture what your group is going to do. And I like about you make a chart of the verbs, noun, adjectives, the target language, and you made stars for different levels of students. 5th grade students, they have bigger words. And the sentence pattern, you make it very clearly that these are the sentences students are capable of produce when they finish their lesson and you kind of give them hints and sentence structure, and that is very helpful. What I like about the concept is that you are very brave. You want to talk about 2 big issues in 4 short lessons. That would be too brave for me, okay? Because you are talking about 2 big topics. In real life, especially for 3rd and 4th graders in Taiwan, especially in other areas other than Taipei City, it's not going to be possible that you're going to finish all 4 parts of your planning. That's the practical part. I'm warning you, actually. So actually the first 2 lessons, you are talking about cleaning up the beach and caring about ocean life. That's good. And the second 2 lessons, you're talking about how to build a wildlife crossing for leopard cats. That's an animal that's going to be extinct if we don't take care of them right now, right here. But there are so many things to talk about. And I think including building Minecrafts, students need more time. So the allocation of time restraint, you need to think about it. And if I want to ask more questions, I want to know what is the students' prior knowledge of Minecraft building. So did they have any prior knowledge of using the game, how to utilize everything, and do they know how to move things around, all the skills? So you need to consider that in your lesson planning. If you do, just tell me now in the message box, because I may misunderstand you. And the second thing is that what are students' language levels and what is their prior knowledge? Because I can see that you're introducing your sentence patterns in past tense. Again, for 3rd and 4th graders, because I have been teaching on students in Nantou and Jiayi area, they only started learning English from 3rd grade. So if the first notion you're gonna introduce the past tense sentence patterns, it's gonna be too difficult for them. So these are the only 2 questions I have about you. And the third question, I'm thinking, I like the part that you denote the trash on the beach by color. You have color coded the trash. And you also talk about the second lesson at the end, you want students' feedback. So what is your anticipation about having students' feedback at this part? What be the feedback about? Could you share right now?
Yes, thank you, Miss Anne. So to answer your question, I think at the end of the beach cleanup lesson, what I expect my students will do is to initiate a simple like a dialogue or a conversation about what they found on the beach. For example, I found like 3 plastic products. I found like 2 litters on the beach. Yes.
Good. So that you need to explicitly tell them. So we teachers, we have to be prepared about what do you anticipate students' behavior after these 2 lessons, not just in a, from your imagination, not from your thinking. There should be some scaffolding, like, okay, so did you have fun? What did you find? So before you gave them the task, I would rather you tell them, so maybe you're numbering the pieces of trash, the different kinds of trash. So who found more plastic? Who found, okay, so it's more interactive or very target oriented. So that's one suggestion for you. So you can think about the other parts. I love the part you always want to know the feedback from the students. That's a good thing. But think about the language level and the time restraint for your group, okay? And I can tell from your lesson plan because of all the 3 lesson plans, yours is the most detailed. But you're the bravest to challenge the impossible. But maybe you can do it, okay? I don't know. Maybe you can do it. You can achieve your goals, okay? You may try. But lesson plan is the part that we need to revise again and again and again. So don't be discouraged by whatever I say today. So that's my suggestion for you, and good job. The second group who presented will be Lynn, Yuta, and Zoe's group. I like the flow of all of you divided your share today to tell us what you did, okay? So I think even though you came in the latest, I only got your lesson plan this morning, which my heart is like, oh, wow, okay. So first of all, if I am the judges, I'm gonna deduct points for late submission. That would be one issue. Okay, but congratulations. I love the part that you focus on the 4 lessons. Your lesson plan is the most coherent. And I believe you can bring it to my class and do it now, and you will succeed. You don't need to do much more revision. Yes, because you're not too greedy, okay? So it's so Guanting, I think you can do 2 lesson plans for this competition. Actually, I think you could, okay? So for Lynn's group, I think they're just very down to earth. They are focusing on one big topic, the concept of green buildings, and they nail it, okay? So and I like the way they presented, even including the pictures they are going to introduce about the concepts. They use the pictures from Minecraft, which will link to students' familiarity about how are they going to do things in the future. So I think you need to think from the students' point of view. So you need to familiarize them from the beginning. So I think from the first lesson, I was surprised that Lynn's group is going to present their key concepts using the pictures from Minecraft. That totally was into me because I am this is totally new to me. Okay, I'm a rookie. I don't know anything about Minecraft. And you are going to introduce this totally new concept to me, and you sold it to me. Okay, and that's why I think you did right. So first, you got some big terminologies, but you're not being intimidated by those terminology. You still use the right terminology, like ventilation. I like it because no matter how young the students are, they need to learn about that. But what is the difference between yours and Guanting's group? I worry about there's too much information in one slot for a group of students that are not very good at English. So and another suggestion for Guanting's group, sorry for back and forth. Guanting's group has 2 passages for 3rd and 4th graders and 1 passage for the 5th and 6th graders. But I noticed that both parts, you had 2 passages. Both of the passages, you just put 2 paragraphs, for example, for 3rd graders, 3 paragraphs for the 5th and 6th graders. You did not change any of the wordings, which is not ideal. You know why? because you need to paraphrase the idea into a very simplified version for the younger learners so that they can take in whatever you're trying to convey there. So you're not shrinking the length of the article. You need to simplify it enough for your students to understand the difficult notion. And that is very important. And let's go back to Lynn's group. Why do I think it's okay for her group to have some difficult terminologies? Because the other concepts are very clearly introduced. No more challenges. Just those difficult terminologies in the beginning, but they are going to use them in 4 lessons. After the 4 lessons, all the kids are going to know what can be the materials for a greenhouse. And they feel confident, and they will be very proud of themselves to be able to build a greenhouse themselves. And they may even share their ideas to their parents. If their parents are gonna build a house, you never know, right? Because in rural areas, probably in my hometown, my father built his own house in Zhanghua, so it's possible. So that's why I think you make something that looks to me very abstract into something very practical. And I'm old school. I'm not very good at using the technology, but you convince me. If you can convince me, you can convince your students. Okay? So that's one thing I want to encourage you. You can aim high, but think about the levels and the abilities of your students. You have a big notion, but how do you simplify it enough to make everybody understand you? Okay, so for Lynn's group, I have something nice to say about you. And I like every lesson you review the previous concept. And that part, I think, Guanting's group, you can add that. Because I said about coherence. Because the students, when they see you next time, maybe 3 days later, maybe 2 days later, maybe more days later. So I have the honor of watching the videos of the bilingual program teaching, different areas of students. I saw the videos, I saw the lesson plan. A lot of times I saw the student teachers, they ask students, do you remember what we learned last time? And they just sat there and waited and waited and waited for a possible answer came up. But students never come up with any answers. You need to give them reviews. So bring back the visual aids, bring back the important notions. So in this lesson plan, I think Lynn's group, they tried. And that is very important. So you need to make sure that the students got the link from previous knowledge, right? So, you reminded them of something that you did last time. So you did that. Okay, that's good. And I especially like the last presentation of the demonstration. You had the time of showing us what is a concrete house, not green, look like, and why is it not good? And you had the time to show us a complete tour of the 2-floor greenhouse. And the last thing, the miniature house, you have the signboard. That is very important. At each important place, you put a sign telling students how to be green. You utilize every opportunity to make students revisit the important notions, and that's fantastic. So that's why you convinced me here today, right? So if you could keep on doing that for all your lesson planning, you will be fine, okay? And the oral presentation, I still prefer Guanting's. Of the 3 groups today, I'm sorry, I never lie, okay? I'm always very frank. I think that's why I'm here today, okay? I'm always to the point, but I may hurt somebody. But it's for the best of you. I'm sorry. The oral presentation ability, the best award goes to Guanting. But the second group, the girls, I like the rhythm. You pause at the right time. You don't sing pushy, and you utilize the visual aids, the scrolling of your screens, the parts that you want us to focus on. Very good focused. Okay, so if you could combine each other's best parts, you would be unbeatable. You'll be the best team. Okay. And again, the last demonstration about Fu Kai Kai, I want to talk about the presentation. Actually, just like the second group, actually should be number 1 group, right? Lynn's group, they walk us through, so they really enjoy what they have produced or they created. So I would like you to be more enthusiastic in showing us, wow, this is fantastic. You know, about the foo of the leopard cat, those chickens, I feel pity for them. You know what? If I'm a child, I would think you're brutal. Okay? I don't know. So you need to prepare us about what we are going to see in the real world for the kids. Okay, so, and I don't know why you could tell kids that if you feed them some salmon, and then they can be tamed. Still, I don't know why. Okay, wild animals should be wild, I think. So that's one notion I'm not convinced. So if you need to be a teacher, you want to be a great teacher, you need to do more research about why humans are doing this. You can't tell kids that you can feed it something and then it will become yours, your pet. So, whoa, okay, I speak.
No, that's because the Minecraft system you have to conduct in the game, so I have to introduce about they have to follow me because not telling the student they have become the house cat. That's because yeah.
Okay, sorry, I may go into too much details, but you know what? I've been a teacher for more than 20 years. So from my point of view, I will always think about how would my student think about this? If they take it, if they love it, this is a wonderful lesson. If they feel the same way as I am feeling now, I don't know. When they see you the next time, they will think, oh, the animal killer. Okay, so something about that. So think about it. For the last presenter, Zhongwen, I think you are very brave. I know you're not from the university. Is it?
I'm this university.
Oh, you're from this university, but you're not from the English department.
From special education.
See,
Special
that's why I
education.
think you're very brave. Okay, you're using.
But Yunnan also is the Department of Special Education. She's my classmate.
Oh, okay. So I like the way that the other two groups they kind of have partners. I think work together with partners, you can always develop something that you have never seen or thought of before. So I think my first suggestion for Zhongwen is probably you can work with somebody else next time.
Mm-hmm.
And then compensate each other, So I'm not capable of doing everything myself. So every time I have something big come up, I want to do something different, I always consult with my colleagues. Even though we are all experienced teachers, we do that all the time. So my one suggestion for Zhongwen is to have a partner, And so you're not be so nervous today, because when I saw you presenting your ideas, you were just scrolling up and down of your PDF file.
No, the reason I'm nervous because I recently I'm learning French, so I mistake the French ancient and the English ancient. So I will say exactly in English. I will say exactement. That is French, so I will mistake this, and it usually
No
happens.
problem. You can teach us French if you want. But again, think about this purpose. Why did you participate in this competition? You want to be a great teacher. You want to teach your students important ideas, concepts. And that's why you need to be a good presenter. So my suggestion for you is to make sure when you present, you rehearse it again and again and again and again and again until you never stutter. Okay? Probably. And then you will think about which picture to stop and to share, and why. Why are you using this picture and this part, and what idea you want us to see? So that's the part about presenting. And I like the part you used Kahoot, because kids like fun games, and you are right about it. And all the questions are very interesting. And if we don't know the answer, it just trigger our curiosity to learn more from you. So that's good. And different from Dakota professor, I think for elementary school students, if they got too many things that they can understand, they would just mess up. They would just give up from the first question easily. So I think Professor Jane asked you right after you posed the first question, did your students know these concepts before you show them the Kahoot questions? You said you did. I was very happy, because for Kahoot, it's for students to answer very quickly, competing in time, right? For accuracy. If they did not know the answer and they just randomly tell you the answer, that would not be your goal. Your objective is to know how well you have conveyed your ideas to the students. So Kahoot is for you to evaluate your own teaching, and for students to know how good they are, and they know the right answer and they can answer in just a blink of an eye. Isn't that right? So good. You have 8 missions. You have 8 Kahoot games. But it's a pity you didn't show us your Minecraft game. That is not convincing. Because in this competition, our goal is to use Minecraft in our lesson and make students to create something they think is real in the virtual world, right? So I'm so sorry that you didn't get the idea of showing us your Minecraft game. So, but the previous part about the health concept, you are a very good teacher. You try to tell us. But if you want to be more convincing, you need to tell us what you do to change the way you live, your diet. If I were you, I'm the teacher who's teaching this, because for example, I'm doing weightlifting. Okay, so I want to do something different, change my look. I want to lose some weight, but I don't want to just say it. So I start doing kettlebell swinging, okay, deadlift. So if you are doing something that you are trying to change the students' way of living, you can give us something that you are doing right now that link to students' experience. Okay, so this is my last. Okay, I think I talked too much. I was not, following the time. So the thing is, think about this. Whatever you're teaching, link back to students' lives. Make it connect to their real experience. So if you could Google some news piece, okay, like Guanting's group, okay, they had the real video clip of the news doing that. And for Lynn's group, Beito Public Library, I love that place. And they even took pictures of a specific design. That design helped in what way to feed the greenhouse. So that suggestion goes to you, Zhongwen. So even though you gave us some very good ideas, but it's still too far away from the students. And the concept may be good for junior high students or high school students. For the last question, you're talking about how many grams of fat and how many, and add up to be the biggest number of calories we consume. So that you need to use one lesson to teach. So think about the amount of information you want to put in 4 lessons. Make it reasonable. So I think that's about what I want to share. And I think you all did a fantastic job, and I'm so honored to be here. I don't know if Professor Jane and Professor Dakota is gonna say something else, but that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the wonderful
Thank you.
suggestions and the guidance for these lesson plans. We've indeed learned a lot from this session and from your feedback. We will announce the winners on the 13th, which is on Monday, as scheduled. So for the very last part, we still have like perhaps 20 minutes. This is open for discussion and comments, and I would like to invite Dakota for for some comments and feedback on the lessons.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I saw a lot that I really liked. And of course, my background is teaching faculty. And I can't say that out loud because I have no degree. I don't teach. I just support the youth. But they all looked upon me as their teacher because I dealt with them in a very familiar setting.
Mm-hmm. Instructional technology, yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Playing with toys.
Mm-hmm.
And using toys to teach. So some of the things that I say might sound like they should carry some weight. They shouldn't. That's just my opinion. Some of the things that I say might be more appropriate for adult learners than for elementary school learners. But one thing that I found throughout my entire career was treat adults like children and treat children like adults. So I think that within each lesson plan, like I say, I saw many things that I liked. I saw the idea of linking what's real in the real world and what's not real in the virtual world, so that they understand that, okay, I give a chicken to a fox and now he's my fox or something like that. They realize that's not what you're trying to say. That's how that works in the game. Mm-hmm. One example of that was like if you wanted to use empty glass bottles for recycling. Well, they have glass bottles in Minecraft, but as you mentioned, mm-hmm. when you put them on the ground, they disappear by themselves. Mm-hmm. That's not like the real world. Trash doesn't pick itself up. So you fix that by using the constraints of the game. You substituted something that does stick around and color-coded it. So that reinforces, even if you didn't explicitly say it, what we're showing you in the game is not exactly what the real world is like. It's similar to, and you have to understand. And I think someone mentioned, I think it was maybe the third presenter, that he was more interested in them understanding something than just parroting it back. I apologize. My memory for specifics is really bad. But overall, I think that you all were taking this idea of within the constraints of this artificial world, how can I present these things from the real world in a way that will be appealing, in a way that will be understandable, engaging, enticing, all the nice words that we want. To reiterate some of the other things that were already said, the idea that, okay, I show something, but then I also put up a label for it. So if they don't remember the word for that, right there it is for them. It's that subtle cue. If they do remember it, it's a reinforcement, because the primary teaching thing seems to be repetition, 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 repetition.
Yes, a lot.
Just to hammer home that point with absurdity. And I think that, like, the idea of the games and the scores and the points being assessment is critical, because they like playing the game. They like comparing scores. Very few students like taking quizzes or like taking exams. They see those more as, well, as a test. It's the same word, as something to be feared and avoided, rather than something that helps me figure out, oh yeah, I know that, I know, ooh, I thought I knew that, ooh, I definitely did, I guessed on that and I guessed wrong. And it helps them know where to spend their time. Because that's, and to me, the whole point of using the Minecraft as a teaching tool is to model what you'd like them to do in real life in a simplistic fashion, in an understandable, explainable, discussable, rememberable fashion. So overall, like I say, I saw things that I really liked and appreciated in all of the presentations. And as was already mentioned, the nice thing about Minecraft is it's a collaborative environment. We as students need to remember that we don't have time to do everything ourselves. And the nice thing about the global Minecraft community is, whatever your task or challenge or problem is, there's probably somebody out there that's already done it, more than willing to share what they've done, what worked and what didn't. And, oh, you want a copy of my world? Sure, here, this is how I did it. So good job.
Thank you, Dakota. Thank you. Yeah, it was really and a really nice journey. This past 5 weeks, and I was really impressed with Lynn, your team's lesson planning, because in the very beginning, when you were introducing green building, this concept to me, and I was and you were saying that this was like part of high school curriculum, I was like, oh yeah, this might be too complicated for the kids. But the way you presented this lesson, the EEWH concept for green building in Taiwan, you kind of introduced it, reinforced it, and within the Minecraft virtual world, you go over these concepts again by looking at the houses, the labels, and then again they need to use this concept to build their own. So these concepts are reinforced throughout the lesson, and that's what I really like about your lesson on green building. And so, yeah, wonderful. And like Anne has mentioned that the text for kids, the third graders and the fifth graders, we need to differentiate that, and perhaps, Guanting did a better job in selecting and going through the vocabulary and providing like sentence frames to support their output. What I like about Guanting's lesson is that each time by the end of lesson, the kids needs to have some output, and the focus on language part is what we really like in the lesson. We really want students to really have opportunity to speak up, to be able to use the language to express themselves. And so I really like that part of Guan Ting's lesson. So and for Lynn's lesson, I like the design part where you kind of prep them for what they designed. They could talk about their design, and you could support them with the language. And then once they could express themselves on Jamboard in that lesson, when they go into the world and when they build it, after they built their own greenhouse, green building, if you could ask them to introduce that in English, and so that would be a wonderful task for them to not just only build but express what they built, and using the concepts EEWH to explain. So, yep. And for our last team, Xavier, thanks for joining us. We did not know that you are going to participate. Otherwise, we would have, if you joined our training, we would better prepare you for the Minecraft in virtual world build, so that it would be more, so that we would have hands-on tasks in Minecraft. But I liked your comment about, SDGs being more remote to our kids, the concepts, and how to bring in that concept to what relate these concepts to real life for the students is an important task that we as educators would like to do. And your concepts about nutrition, and I was thinking, sorry, I have not read your lesson plan yet, but I was thinking if we could teach about health and proteins and carbohydrate using the Minecraft education world, the actual farms and the animal farms, the chickens, cows, sheep that we could raise in Minecraft, and that would be something that we could work on in terms of the it's SDG goals, no hunger. Yeah, Xavier, for you. So perhaps we could further develop your lesson plan. But all in all, I am so proud of you. And I really hope that, I know designing a lesson is one thing, delivering it is another, and we would have more training offered by Anne later on the 18th, and we would go into how these lesson plans could be carried out and delivered to kids. What are some teaching skills or things that we need to have in mind, especially in the Minecraft world. We would like to immerse our kids in an English environment, so they're very motivated in the virtual world. So you don't need to speak to them in Chinese, because they will make sense of what they need to make sense of what you are trying to convey in order to participate. That's from my personal experience and my experience of my son Maddie growing up, learning, participating in an EVO Minecraft MOOC community. He started at the age of 4, and he played with Dakota for the past
Oh, really?
years.
Wow.
And
when he was my instructor in Minecraft, I learned so much from him. So it shows that the utility of them mastering the material and then presenting it to someone else as the assessment of that material.
Yeah, so he and thanks Dakota for tolerating him all these years.
Yeah, That was not tolerating. He was my friend.
I believe you, Mr. Dakota, because I was his English teacher. He's so nice. He's always very helpful. Whenever there are other students in his class needs help, he is the first one to jump out and embrace them. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, and he grew from not able to speak a single word in English, participating for in the EVO Minecraft MOOC, only listening to but reacting by the task that he could do in world. So we basically, if someone says, "Oh, can we fix the roof?" and without a word, because at the time he's not willing to speak in English, but he would jump right to it, like fixing the roof. And so I would understand that yes, he comprehends the English. He could comprehend. He understands what's going on. It's just not he's just not ready to speak yet. But with growing up with this community, he's able to express himself freely now and more confident. And so we would like to see that growth in our kids in Taiwan as well. So thank you all for joining this Minecraft English lesson plan contest, and for all the hours that goes into writing the lesson plan, building the hours of building the Minecraft education world. I really applaud your effort, and thank you, Anne, for being our judge today, giving us precious and wonderful feedback to lead us forward.
To be frank, it's very tough. I was very nervous this morning, so I did not get online until the last minute because I still was waiting for the last lesson plan, and I wanted to give you the best comments that I could give you. But just like I said, I meant for you to be the best teachers. So thank you for accepting my comments. Okay, so thank you, Professor Jane, for inviting me.
Thank you. A round of applause for Teacher Anne. Thank you. And that concludes our contest today, and we will announce the winners on our Facebook page, and we'll have a ceremony. Okay, Monday. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
What I'm doing now, I'm typing some of the comments. So I'll just send it to Lida.